B-Mosh Boxing back at it with another boxing video. So over the weekend when Anthony Joshua beat Carlos Takam, Eddie Hearn was talking mad greasy at the press conference. And he's basically acting like he's Deontay Wilder's promoter. Talking about he has a date in London, February 8th or something. Talking about, oh, he can fight Dillian Whyte. And, you know, I mean, what? You want the man Deontay Wilder not to enjoy Christmas? He's about to fight this weekend. So that means after this weekend, the man has to get back into training after he's had a long Thanksgiving and Christmas. No. Eddie Hearn thinks he's slick, man. You know, he thinks he's smart. He's trying to get Wilder coming off a short notice to fight in February. Nah, don't do it, Deontay Wilder. First of all, Deontay Wilder says the only way he'll fight the man Dillian Whyte if he's guaranteed if he beats Dillian Whyte, he gets a shot at Anthony Joshua. And that's something that Eddie Hearn and them Matchroom Boxing have not promised to Deontay Wilder. You know, Wilder has no interest in facing the man Dillian Whyte. He wants Anthony Joshua. And the only way he'll face Dillian Whyte is if Joshua is guaranteed in that deal. And Eddie Hearn is not willing to do that as of yet. So I'm going to read some quotes from Deontay Wilder, what he told On the Ropes Boxing Radio. Here we go. Quote, "That's going to be up to those guys. We are ready to go. We are ready to go any given time. I'm ready to go after the fight once my mandatory is up and over with. Why not bring us together? But they're running a business over there in England. They're running an operation that they don't want to let go of just yet. They got me on the other hand. And I mess up all their plans." End quote. Now Deontay Wilder is talking to On the Ropes Boxing. I guess it's a boxing radio show, and he got some more quotes. Quote, "I'm so dangerous. That's why they've been stalling. That's why they're not trying to make the fight. That's why they've been trying to add popularity and money into the situation and try to block it. Nobody cares about who has more followers on social media, and who gives a F? This is boxing. When did it get to the point where we care about all that? It's all excuses upon excuses. But at the end of the day, there's going to come a time when there ain't going to be any more excuses. They won't have any more places to run because even the UK cans are going to stop believing their own BS." And that's truth and rights, man. End quote. End quote. That's truth and rights, you know. At some point in time, a real boxing fan, even if you're an AJ fanatic or a fanboy, hey, man, you're going to get tired of him not facing everybody on the planet Earth except for Deontay Wilder, the two best heavyweights in boxing. So there's going to get to a point where even a UK fan, a rational, logical UK fan, or Anthony Joshua fan for that matter. Let me not just denigrate, boxing UK fans. Now, an Anthony Joshua fan who at the moment is talking all this stuff. Oh, Deontay Wilder don't sell any seats. Deontay Wilder don't have a fan base. Or this, that, and the third. At some point in time, if you're logical and rational, you're going to say, hey, man, okay. Now, I actually want to see the best fight the best. And that's, for me personally, that's all I've ever wanted, you know. And for Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder, you know, some may say he doesn't have a fan base. And some are claiming that the fan base is here on the YouTube and his popularity is growing. Well, you know, time will tell. You see this November 4th on Showtime. Time will tell. We'll see what the ratings do as far as Deontay Wilder. Whether, you know, there's people who claim that he has now a big following and they pushing Deontay Wilder to the max. You see me, I've been a Deontay Wilder and I don't have to prove that to anybody. I've been down with Bomb Squad since I first seen him fight in the Olympics, you know, and he won the bronze medal. And I was like, hopefully, you know, this heavyweight right here who had who didn't have an extensive amateur background, hopefully the man could, you know, become something in boxing. I never thought he would become a world champion. But here he is. Since 2015, he's been a world champ. Man, been on Showtime. Been seeing him fight on Showtime shows since at least 2012, you know. And we shall see this weekend. You know, the moment of truth will be this weekend. whether he can get past through the man Bermain Stavern, and we shall see how many tickets he sells and what the viewership will do, because, you know, I'm not convinced that here on YouTube, you know, that the fan base and popularity has grown, you know. I think Deontay Wilder is still in the same predicament he's always been. You know what I mean? In my opinion, he's not promoted right. He's the American champion, heavyweight champion of the world, WBC. There's no reason why Deontay Wilder should not be selling out arenas all over the country. The man knocks fellas out, 38-0, 37 KOs. Something's gone wrong as far as the promotion. And that's just where, you know, we as fans, truthfully, we can make something happen about that, you know. And the point is, fellas claim they hardcore Deontay Wilder fans. Bomb Squad. I've been Bomb Squad from a long time, but I don't have to prove that to anybody. You check it. One thing for sure, two things for certain. If fellas ain't going to show up to the Barclays Center to fill out that arena, then all this jibber-jabber that's been going on YouTube, as far as even fellas closing down their channels like the Boxing Librarian, all over this AJ and Deontay Wilder stuff, then it's just jibber-jabber and talk, man. Like I said, the proof is in the pudding, all right? Anthony Joshua didn't have a great showcase for his Showtime fight here in the United States. I think it peaked at maybe 300,000 plus as far as viewership. But I think Deontay Wilder, you know, he still doesn't have a big fan base like some people claim. You know what I mean? You check it. But I've been a fan. My guy Guillermo Rigondeaux doesn't have a big fan base either. But I've been a fan. That's my favorite fighter. But I'm not going to claim that he got the biggest following here on YouTube, because at the end of the day, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't. You check it. And if Deontay Wilder can't sell out that Barclays Center and he does low viewership, then like I said, man, it's just a lot of hot air and just a lot of you know, just a lot of back and forth stuff that's really unnecessary. Because at the end of the day, if you claim you're a big-time Deontay Wilder fan, then you better get your tickets. You better go up there to the Barclays Center. You better get your tickets and pay for the fight. That's just how it goes. You can't be up here talking about we building a big fan base for Deontay Wilder. Oh, he had no fan base. Where do people get that notion he had no fan base? He has particular fans. He does have a certain fan base, and it didn't grow exponentially just because fellas on YouTube talking about, oh, we're riding with Deontay Wilder. Man, I've been riding with Deontay Wilder from a long time. The last time I doubted Deontay Wilder was against Bermain Stavern, because as you already know, that fight, you know, Deontay Wilder has only had, that was the only mandatory basically that he was a contender for that title, and he got the title. And you know, I was a little skeptical going into that Bermain Stavern fight. I was a fan of Deontay Wilder, but the way he outboxed him, and he wasn't just knocking fellas out, I said, yo, this guy right here is a true champion. He's showing up. He's versatile. Not only can he just knock fellas out, put them to sleep, he's also outboxing them and showing, you know, pugilism and technique in there. And, you know, Deontay Wilder, I just hope he can get through, with versus Bermain Stavern. I made a video weeks ago. Nothing more, nothing less. Deontay Wilder got to knock him out. Because believe you me, if he goes the distance again with Bermain Stavern, his stock's going to drop. Then what we going to say here on YouTube? His stock going to drop. Eddie Hearn and them going to play these games. Oh, he ain't knock him out. He couldn't even knock him out. You know, he's not going to get the AJ fight. That's just what's going to happen. So Deontay Wilder, there's a lot of pressure on you. You know, Deontay Wilder has been talking about Anthony Joshua more than he has been talking, in my opinion, about focusing on Bermain Stavern. Bermain Stavern, I made a video talking about, I think Bermain Stavern is just content with just surviving, going 12 rounds. But we shall see. We shall see. And I'm going to read you some more quotes because what Deontay Wilder is talking about Joseph Parker. And he says Joseph Parker is scared and is all talk and he won't fight Deontay Wilder. Here's some quotes from the man. You know, Wilder, who thinks that Parker, the WBO champ, is avoiding it. Here's a quote. I think it'll be easier to get Joshua than Parker. Parker is the scariest of them all. He don't want it. My thing is, if you come in this thing talking about how you want to fight the best, then please do fight the best. Y'all come to my city, talk to me for several days, talk to my people for several days, not only in person, but on the phone for nothing. For nothing. When y'all know you didn't want me. Yeah, you thought you did, but you came to the fight and you saw me knock this guy out like I did, and you don't want it no more. End quote. Hey, that's the truth in my opinion. That's the truth, you know. The man, Joseph Parker, was in the building. He was over there in Birmingham, Alabama when Deontay Wilder knocked out Gerald Washington or stopped him. Technical knockout. Joseph Parker was in the building. They say he was there primarily to support the African Polish guy, Izo Uguno, you know, who got knocked out by Dominic Brazil in an entertaining fight. Definitely a candidate for Fight of the Year. Okay, and here's some more quotes from the man Anthony Joshua. I'm sorry, Deontay Wilder. Quote, "I'm going to have to stop all these champions and these top contenders from coming to my fights." Because when they do, they see what they thought they want is not what they really want. Their eyes play tricks on them from afar. But when it comes to in person, it's a whole totally different story. But sooner or later, whether Joshua gets his belt and I fight Joshua, or I get his belt and fight Joshua, either way, Parker's going to be gone soon. And Deontay Wilder continues, "There's two men that I want so bad. It's Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. I want to unify the division." You know how Deontay Wilder speaks. He doesn't say division. He says the division with his Alabama country voice. But let me go. I want to unify the division so bad. That's my ultimate goal. I don't care about how much money it is in the build-up, this and that, this and that. That all plays a part in it, but my sole feeling is I want those belts. I want to unify, but I don't think these guys want to do the same thing. They talk the talk, but they don't want to walk it, especially with Joseph Parker. He came and said he wants the best and all this. He even came for my fight for nothing, but he really don't want that. He is no threat at all. He's not a dangerous fighter. He's at the bottom of the champions that's fighting second-tier fighters. He want to stay out of harm's way, but as long as possible, and it's sad. But I want both of these guys. Man, I want them so bad to unify this division. That's all I want to do is unify. And then after that, everybody can line up. End quote. So, ladies and gents, boxing heads and fight fans around the world, you got to show me which heavyweight champion in boxing is speaking like Deontay Wilder. You got to tell me which heavyweight in boxing, where there's champions like Joseph Parker, in my opinion, a weak link, or Anthony Joshua. None of these guys are talking about unifying the division. You check it? None of them talking about wanting to fight the best. You hear Deontay Wilder says he wants to unify so bad. But these guys are not given an opportunity. I remember Povetkin was also there when Deontay Wilder fought Spilker. You see what Deontay Wilder did to Spilker? He damn near killed that man. I thought the man was dead for a sec. All right? Povetkin was there live in the flesh, and he decided to use PEDs because he said, "I'm not getting in there with this big black dude, country-born, cornbread fed from Alabama. I'm not doing that unless I come armed to the T with all kinds of meldonium in my system." You heard? You check it. So, Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, hey, this fight is not a fight a lot of people been clamoring for. Matter of fact, I haven't even seen too much promotion about this from the hardcore Wilder fanatics. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, you know. It's not the fight that I generally wanted. I'd have liked to see him fight Luis Ortiz, but we know what Luis Ortiz did with that Lorceton in his system, you know. Blood thinning, blood pressure drugs, you check it. We know what he was trying to mask. But Deontay Wilder, in my opinion, has to knock out Bermane Stiverne, you know what I mean? And like I said, man, if you're a hardcore Deontay Wilder fan, I'm a big fan of his. but I'm not going to stick out my neck and go all out like how some fellas been doing here on YouTube, you know what I mean? Because it's been causing a rift in the division, which I think is very toxic and unnecessary here on YouTube. Because believe you me, there's a lot of topics to talk about on boxing. Sometimes weeks and days might be slow for boxing news, but there's numerous boxing fans, boxers to talk about, besides this ongoing AJ and Wilder beef, that at the moment, really and truly, we're not even close to this fight. If you were talking about that fight 2 weeks ago or a week ago, you already know Wilder has to fight Bermane, and the man Anthony Joshua had to fight Takam. So there's no way possible that these two guys could even fight each other at the moment. So that's why I left all that stuff alone, and like I put myself in a perspective of these boxers, one fight at a time. You can't look ahead at fights or opponents, which possibly won't happen when you have a live opponent who's getting a paycheck, who's as hungry to get a world title and willing to cause the upset. You can't look past them, you know. You got to focus at the task at hand. And generally, that's what I've done. And I'm here talking about this Wilder and Stiverne case, and you see how Deontay Wilder called out fellas like Joseph Parker and says Joseph Parker didn't want to fight him. And like I said, man, if you're a hardcore Wilder fan, fanatic, fanboy, you know, etc., all the above, you got to do Deontay Wilder a favor. Cop your ticket from wherever you at, United States, overseas. Fly yourself into JFK or LaGuardia in New York City. Go to the Barclays Center and go watch this man Deontay Wilder fight. Because believe you me, I don't believe everything I hear on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? You know, I do my videos straight from the heart, from what I feel. No personal agenda. I'm not here for views, subs, and none of them type of things, because at the end of the day, you know, those type of things right there don't matter. I mean, Deontay Wilder said it himself. What is this social media stuff? You know what I mean? You know, who cares about how many followers and subs and them type of things, views? If we want to see the best fight the best, Deontay Wilder put it in perspective. I like what he said about that, because that's truth and rights. Be March Boxing, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what you think about this situation with Deontay Wilder saying Eddie Hearn, you know, Eddie Hearn is them UK fans will finally see through Eddie Hearn's BS, and also him calling out fellas like saying that fellas like Joseph Parker don't want to fight him, you know what I mean? And also the man Deontay Wilder is also tired of fellas like Bermane, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Bermane is saying Deontay Wilder. There's an article here on Boxing Scene saying Deontay Wilder will Wilder should stop crying about fighting me again. Well, to be honest, Bermane, how are you in this position to even fight this guy again for a mandatory? You haven't fought since December of 2015. You know what I mean? Like, you're in no position to be in this fight. You check it. I'm gonna read a quote from the man Bermane. Quote: "I lost the fight. I lost the fight. But I'm tired of talking about this fight, about the first fight. The first fight is over. Of course, I believe that Wilder doesn't want to fight me again because a true champion, it don't matter if you're fighting the same guy 5 times who they put in front of you. It's who you fight. You don't cry and talk about it. I want this fight and I want that fight. You don't cry and talk about it. I want this fight and I want that fight. Whoever they put in front of you, that's who you fight. I didn't cry when they brought back Areola. I took Areola. I didn't cry. I didn't run. I didn't talk. I took it. I shut my mouth. I went back to the gym and I fought him again for a second time. That's what a true champion does. Even though you got to fight the same person 3, 4 times, it don't matter. A champion shut his mouth and do what he got to do. Fight. It don't matter." End quote. Well, Bermane, I like what you're saying, man, but I just wish that other champions in boxing, especially in the heavyweight divisions, especially title holders, felt the same way. But it is what it is. Be March Boxing, and actually those quotes right there, I heard them on the Fight Hype. On the Fight Hype interview with Bermane, where he went he went he spazzed out on these journalists and reporters who were asking him the same old question about the fight between Bermane Stiverne and Deontay Wilder in 2015 for that WBC title. All right. So B Marsh Boxer, leave your thoughts and comments. Let me know what you think about Eddie Hearn trying to play Deontay Wilder's promoter and trying to tell him when to fight. Like Deontay Wilder's not gonna go through Thanksgiving and Christmas. Let that man enjoy his holiday vacation and stop trying to put terms and conditions on him. And you're not even guaranteeing him a fight with Anthony Joshua. Last I remember, I don't even think I'm not sure if the man what's his name, Dillian White, is even contractually obligated to fight with Matchroom. I think he might be on a fight-to-fight basis, but I'm not too sure. But it is what it is. I just think that the man Eddie Hearn is using Dillian White as a pawn just to keep the man Deontay Wilder as far away from AJ as he can. That's just my opinion. Nobody should get butthurt about that. It is what it is. B Marsh Boxing. Please like the video if you like the content. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And I'm going to catch you in the next vid. 1.